In this video, we will talk about Michael Nkambule's comments on the current state of Kaizer Chiefs and why he is right. We will also talk about the promotion of Mfundo Vilakazi into the senior team of Kaizer Chiefs. Hello and welcome to Khosi Nation Fan TV. I am Pelo, I am your host. This is where fans meet and talk about Kaizer Chiefs. I'm a Khosi Football Club. Now, a lot of people have been talking about Kaizer Chiefs and what is going on at Kaizer Chiefs in recent weeks. Understandably so, Kaizer Chiefs will always be a hot topic, right? Now, Michael Nkambule was talking, and I will talk about the three things that stood out for me and expand on them because I also have my opinions on what he said. So, talking about Uguti Chiefs should be building with promoted players. And I know Uguti in that interview, from what I read anyway, he didn't expand on that. But I look at that, Uguti, there is some truth in that because look at this. If you look at the Chiefs, just take this season. We have Ukune, right, from mid development still. I know Uguti is old now and Peterson is doing better than him. You also have Vuma produced from development, who did play well with Kev. Bangakhuluma abantu Uguti, yes, he has mistakes and blah blah blah. But you have two goalkeepers who can actually still help the Chiefs going forward. You go to a right back, if Ukwinika was in good form, he still plays that position. You have a centre back, you have Ungezan. You have number 6, Unjabulo Plum, they sold him, but it was solid. He was better than the players that we brought in, Abu Alexander and Unange. Better. You have Ama Eita Utunga, Lalisa, you can play Umtu on the right, you can play Umshin on the left. So basically, you have a complete midfielder made up of the development product. If Umashian was good defensively, he would be playing as a left back. But next season, they would be promoting Umtaga. With some training, now he can be added into that squad. And in that way, you can say, Guti, there is some formation of the players that are coming from development. And yes, I know, Uguti, we are not going to build everyone. Uguti, everyone who comes from development is guaranteed to be a starter in the senior team. But what I am saying is that if you just look, you can see Uguti, the main positions can be given to the players who are coming from development if they are good enough, that is. And development yet must also focus in producing the players of key positions such as Uguti defensive midfield role is such an important position in the team. So each season we must know Uguti, we have a short list Uguti. Our defensive midfielders from EMTC are really good players. We know Uguti we have goal scorers from EMTC. You get what I'm saying? So I think this does make sense. Uguti, Chiefs should just focus on the players that we are producing because we are in control of what happens in our development. Then we can use those players to then build the team that we are trying to become. And the second thing that Michael Nkambule said was that Chiefs should sign ready-made players, not Lente Uguti we are signing abadlali who are still coming to Chiefs to grow. Right? You need, because you are a biggest team in South African football. And yes, I will say this, Uguti, sometimes it's unacceptable what fans do to players when they are taking time to adjust and adapt to Kaizer Chiefs. But if you think about it, it's just an expectation, Uguti Balandeli sebe spoiled, not in a bad way, but spoiled Uguti. We are used to winning. We do not lose. So if you are telling us, Uguti, you are bringing in a player. Take, for example, Umatlo. Umatlo was coming from Swallows and he's still growing and he's still trying to get better at Chiefs. But the thing is, Kaizer Chiefs fans don't have time to be patient with him. It's like Chiefs, they want the fans. We want people who are coming in and we want them to hit the ground running. And I know people will say, Patombe, Suma, we're not shining in their first seasons and all that stuff. Yeah, we say that. We can say that, but not everyone thinks like that. Other people are like, no, you are talking nonsense. They are not good enough. Chiefs is not for grooming. And this thing is true. Uguti, Chiefs should just focus on getting the best players from other teams so that they can come and be good players for Chiefs. I think I said this in another video, Uguti. Any player who's good in their team, they are likely to become average at Chiefs because in their team there is no pressure. You come to Chiefs, there's already pressure you are playing for Chiefs, and that can just get you down. And you come to Chiefs also, there are players who are already above you. It's supposed to be like that in any case, so that when you come in, you are winning your place into being number one. Land your players coming from other teams and they already know what they're gonna play at Chiefs. It tells you how low the level is. Are you telling me right now, if say Man City signs Calvin Phillips from Leeds United, did Calvin Phillips really think he was going to play ahead of Furod? No, he didn't. But because he knows Man City is becoming a big team now, he knows it's worth it ukamba a computer for that place after Urod. And all these other big players who go to big teams knowing they are not going to be starters, but they will have to fight their way up. So Gui Chiefs, the players come already knowing that's my place. I'm going to play because I'm better than everyone who's in the team. And because of that, standard sabo just drops, and then you can clearly see these ones are not performing. They're just casually moving on because they know no one is going to take their position. And some of them, they end up sitting on the bench and you never see what they can actually give and produce for the team. By the way, if you're new to this channel, please do like and please do subscribe to the channel. And if you are returning and you're just watching right now, please do like the video. It helps me to reach more people like you. Today's member shout out goes to Blade _347. I don't know what the 347 is for, but Tige Blade, shout out to you. Blade is a member of this channel, and you can also become a member of the channel by clicking on the link below. You get these benefits: member shout out, you get loyalty badges next to your name, and priority reply to your comments. Now, continuing to the other point, Uguti, he also said that the other problem is that people are blaming Uzwane right now. Uguti, the team is playing bad and this and that and all those things. And yes, I will say this, I'm not going to sit here and defend Uzwane. Uzwane is not perfect. There are certain things that he does that are questionable, like how he makes summer subs, and when he makes summer subs, that he still needs to fix. I will not defend that. But he asked a very vital question, who's bringing in these players, Chiefs? Like, for real, because I will always go back to this. Uzwane literally said it himself. I think it was an interview or Khosi where he said he does not think, or he did not think Caleb was good enough. He's not mobile enough to play at Kaizer Chiefs. Said that before they signed Caleb, but then they ended up signing Caleb. So now the question is, whose decision was it to end up signing Caleb? You know? So then it validates what Nkambule is saying here. Who is actually deciding who should come to Chiefs? Because a lot of people were saying Uzwane released all the experienced players. Did he? Because you remember Gutu Castro said Zwane wanted to keep some of the players, but it's clear it wasn't up to him and they ended up being released. Now, we're not going to go back and say who should have been kept and who shouldn't have been kept. But the point is, those players are gone, and there are some players who are bought, and maybe they are not even Zwane's decisions. So I'm just saying and putting it out there. Now, to Mfundo Vilakazi, there are talks ukuthi Mfundo Vilakazi is going to be promoted to the senior team next season. He's only 16 this year, as far as my memory serves me, if he's not turning 17. And I look at him and I'm thinking, I feel like he still has a season with MDC or so, a season or two. Or if he does get promoted, he should be like in some games and go back to MDC, because I would hate to see him just sitting on the bench week in, week out, traveling with the team and not playing football. Because I feel like he reminds me a bit of Ujabu Pule when he was playing at Chiefs. He was when he was first promoted to Chiefs, he was so small, and the Mfundo right now looks even smaller than him. So now it just worries me, what's going to happen to him, given PSL is getting more and more physical. But we'll see. I will keep my eye on that. And I want to hear what you guys also think about Mfundo. Do you think he's ready to come to the senior team? Let me know down on the comment section below. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you on the next one. And until next time, remember, equals Alpelumoy.